Statewide push to get kids more focused at school by taking away their cell phones.
News 8 political contributor Mike Cerulli has details on what the governor is trying to do.
Hi, Dennis and Ann. If you've been to a concert or a comedy show lately, you may have had to put your phone in one of those secure pouches that locks at the top. Well, Governor Lamont is championing a different application for those pouches, locking up phones during school. He was in Manchester today promoting legislation that could lead to locked up phones in schools around the state.
If you were to walk around the building, you would not see a phone in this place. Not in the classrooms, not in the cafeteria, not in the hallways. Kids' heads were up as they were walking by. They weren't like this.
For students at Illing Middle School, getting distracted by their cell phones isn't an option. They aren't allowed to have their phones out during school hours, period. Under a program being piloted by Manchester schools, the students have three options: leave your phone at home, keep it in your locker or backpack, or lock it away in a secure Yonder pouch. Those pouches are locked in the morning, they stay with the student throughout the day, and are unlocked after the final bell rings. Teachers are happy with the results.
Overall, they're not distracted by their phones. They're focusing on class, less disruptive in terms of just me having to call out them using their phones.
Students we spoke to said they didn't love the idea at first, but locking up their phones keeps them focused and engaged with their classes and with each other. Some also said the habit has come home with them.
When you go home and you're used to not being on your phone, so you have more quality time.
Manchester's superintendent said there was some pushback from parents at first, but overall they've gotten good feedback.
Early on, we heard from parents, we want to be able to get in touch with our students in case there's an emergency. That was the primary one. If a parent needs to get in touch with their kid, they can call the office and we'll get their student. That was the biggest concern, safety, and I want to get a hold of my kid during the day, and I think that has quieted down.
The novel approach to keeping classrooms phone-free caught the eye of Governor Lamont and Attorney General Tong. Both men are concerned about the effects of cell phones on children's mental health. Tong is taking the fight to social media platforms that he says are harming minors. And the governor is pushing legislation that could see more schools taking a page from some of the biggest performers on the planet.
When Chris Rock says we don't allow people to bring their phones in, they have a Yonder pouch, you know why? Because it's a better show, man. People are really there. Take a break from your phone. It feels good.
So when could we see more schools following Manchester's lead? Well, for as much enthusiasm as he brought to school today, Governor Lamont's current proposal isn't binding. It's not mandatory. It just calls for a new guidance to be issued for districts that might want to adopt a new approach to phones in the classroom. Some districts will also be implementing a no phones policy this fall as part of a study ordered by the legislature 2 years ago. As for everyone else, that choice will be up to individual districts. I'm Mike Cerulli, News 8.